Now, as the scandal of the fake fertilizer rages on, it would seem the whole of government approach may well turn out to be that ladder leading precariously on the southern end of the Tower of Babel. For those familiar with the biblical story, explanations by different senior government officials on the fertilizer perfectly suited the clash of tongues narrated in the story. So some objective facts here would matter. The claims of fake fertilizer in circulation in the country came from the farmers themselves and through an investigative piece by journalist John Allen Namu. Once the claims gathered some steam and gained nationwide attention, the comments and action started to stream in. So the first response, as per usual, was an official denial. In March this year, CS Linturi said, and I quote, "Hii fertilizer imeangaliwa na ikakaguliwa na tukaona ni fertilizer sawa." Remember also, by this time, farmers were themselves posting videos of the suspected fake fertilizer that they had bought from government stores. Rather than listen to them and perhaps request samples, the CS dismissed them, saying, and I quote, "Kila mtu anataka kujifanya yeye ni scientist. Ati macho yao ni kama microscope, inaangalia nutrient fulani kwa fertilizer." Then the CS fell on what has become a refrain with government officials faced with difficult questions on an issue. It's the opposition's fault. And on that, he said, "Stori za watu wa vitendawili na watu wa kuweka sufuria kwa kichwa wachana nazo. There's nothing that we expect itoke mzuri kutoka kwao. Kile wanataka ni serikali yetu ianguke tukuwe na shida." He said the Azimio coalition was peddling the fake fertilizer narrative. Now, he also had some choice views of the journalist who exposed the matter, called him a crook, including tonight. And then days later, we heard from the government spokesperson. He said the fake fertilizer in circulation was not part of the government subsidy program, but was in fact a soil conditioner that was being sold by private company, but distributed by the Cereals and Produce Board. But wait, I want us to go back to the Cabinet Secretary for a moment, because his story changed yet again. From denying that there was an issue with the fertilizer in the market to blaming journalists and the minority coalition, he then either had a change of heart or must have come across some new information, because he was now admitting to fake fertilizer. Okay, no, sorry, correction. He said it wasn't fake, but substandard. And this time he had some specifics. He says it is only 3,000 bags that have been flagged as being substandard, not fake. Never mind, though, that the deputy president, his boss, just days before, while visiting Kenyans in Rwanda, actually called it fake. He condemned those distributing fake fertilizer to farmers, assuring Kenyans that those behind the scam would be brought to book. And wait, he too had his numbers. He said that there were 50,000 bags of the fake fertilizer in the market. And that even this number, he said, was not significant as to affect the food security situation in the country, as it is a small portion of the 4 million bags of legit fertilizer already given to farmers. The president himself also doubled down on this, promising to ensure that the matter is investigated and that those companies involved in the scam would compensate the farmers. So, folks, in the span of 1 month, we have moved from a number of positions: denying that there was ever a scandal to begin with, to dismissing the farmers and the journalists, to the fertilizer being substandard, to it being a soil conditioner. Then finally, it is fake. So, which is it? Why are senior government officials speaking at odds? Why not wait for the investigations before making very categorical statements on the matter? And when a matter is so firmly established by a cabinet secretary before getting all the facts, do we then really need to wait for the investigations? Are we even sure they will give the answers to something so critical as food security? Finally, folks, if this is the manifestation of the whole government approach, well, that's my take tonight.